This is Lori with Juju, and today we are going to work on the gait, and I hope to show you some nice tips and tricks to make it be successful for you. So I'll go through our warm-up, then I'll actually go through the steps of working through the gait, and then actually show you the final product. So looking forward to it, so let's get started. Hey, I'm on the horse now, so before we do anything, like any kind of athlete, you have to have a proper warm-up. So what I'm going to do is just trot him around a little bit, make sure I can move his shoulders, make sure I can move his hind end and move his ribs over, because I need to be able to move all three of those in order to complete the gait. And he's skittled at something, I'm not quite sure, but when he does stuff like that, he's not paying attention to him, so we will get to work. So all he needs to do is think about me. I am his only problem. The only thing Juju needs to think about is what I'm doing with him. So here, I'm just kind of bending him into this circle. And with that, I can then push his hind end over, move that hip. Good boy, Ju. And then take him out of it. Oh, I know what it is. Juju saw the cat. We do have an assistant trainer out here at times. So when he did that little jump, because Juju's really a very quiet horse, he actually was startled by this cat that came. As you can see, he loves to open the gate, by this cat, which is fine. You know, he's a horse, he's going to respond, but what I do is try to rod him and make him have a lot of confidence. So if it is something like that, unexpected, he's not very reactive. So at least it makes me feel good when he does skedaddle at something. At least I know what it is. So again, I'm just going to kind of pull him around here, move the hip, move the shoulder, 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 get over shoulder. It's very buggy, that doesn't help. Move shoulder. I'm not very good going to the right, from the right to the left, because you have to use a lot of your right hip, and I need a hip replacement, so I'm very much limited with that. So he's not as good on that side, but that's not his problem. That will be fixed at the end of this year, in December of 2026. Can't come soon enough. So anyways, so hopefully that kind of gives you some ideas. Most of the things that I work on with this is not my original, but in order to get good horsemanship, I think it's really important with anything to have good continuing education. I know clinics can be very expensive, but it's an investment, and I think it's only fair if you're going to, you know, for your horse to be a good leader. So some of the people, I followed Clinton Anderson for years. I think his stuff is amazing. You may not like his potty mouth, but I've actually been to a clinic with him, and he truly cares for the people he works with, even though he probably doesn't want you to know that. I've also worked a lot with Richie Wingfield, who is a certified Lyons Elite trainer, as well as Michael Lyons Horsemanship. So highly recommended. I don't get anything from these people. I just like to recommend people that are really good and have been had a positive impact. So with that, let's go on and work on the gait. I'm going to line him up nicely here. So we're at a 90-degree angle to the rope. I'm going to go toward the rope on my right on this side, and I'm going to head that way. So what I'm going to do is ask him to take a couple steps nicely. Whoa. We'll make him stop. I do have to watch him. He likes to chew on the rope and steal the rope. Then what I'm going to do is I have to move his hip over. So there I am. I'm moving his hip over. He's standing pretty good horizontal. He took a sigh. I like that. That means he's listening. So I'm going to stop there for a couple seconds. Let him think about it, because what you don't want to do, besides not letting him eat the rope, is have them rush it. Then what I'm going to do is walk up 2 steps. 1. Whoa, good. Make him stand there. I'm going to reach over, and I'm going to even rest there. So now the next step is I have to work on him going backwards. So for this one, his problem is he knows backing. I just barely shifted my weight, which is amazing. I love it. And I've worked a lot on that. So everything just takes a lot of time, unfortunately. It's not a special magic potion you can take. So here he is just standing here. Now I'm going to have to move him through these standards. So I'm gonna move him up a little bit. I'm gonna have to go there. Then I'm gonna have to angle him here because I'm gonna have to turn around to do that. So one of the keys with the gate, and I did this when I was first learning it, is I would figure out how it's gonna open the gate on the ground, so I would know, depending if I'm going from either side and am I facing the rope one way versus the other, what do I have to do so that I know how to kind of have a motor plan of what I'm gonna do. So there we go, he's backing up a little bit, which is fine. I let him do what he's not supposed to. Whoa. And then we just stand here again until he stands nice and quiet. And he is quiet. He really is a very quiet horse, except when cats sneak up behind him. But again, I figured there was something because he's so friggin' quiet. So again, they're horses. There's nothing, you know, you can't take those instincts out of them. Now I'm gonna have to turn toward the left, my left. So I'm gonna pull him this way. And then just very slowly, you can see how he had to shift that hip. Now he's anticipating, so I'm gonna let him sit here. I don't know if you could tell, he kind of started to take a step back and over because again, he knows this obstacle really well. And it's just repetition. Slow, intentional repetition. And then now I'm going to back up, back. No, I didn't ask you to bite my boot. Back. So I'm just going to barely pull on him. Very good, very good. Back. And then I'm going to stop there and then gently place the rope on there. And then this is where he tries to steal the rope. But hey, at least he's engaged. So anyway, so I'm going to go through that again. And we're going to go at normal speed with it. So again, just kind of a review of what I do is I'm going to come straight toward the rope. I'm going to line him up. Get that hip over, very good. I need to move him forward. I lift the rope up. We're going to go backward. We're going to think going, whoop. Again, he's not perfect. There we go. I'm going to push him over. Nope. Juju, juju. And then sometimes that happens. And you know what? It's okay. We're going to pull it up. This is a lesson in and of itself, is can I have something there that I am dragging over? And actually, that's the first time he's done that. So there's a first for everything. Congratulations, you got to see that happen, but we do keep it real. So what I'm gonna do now is see, and this is another lesson in and of itself, if we can straighten this out, okay? So this is good, you know, it's heavy, but can I trust him to stand here? I'm gonna lift up here. Hopefully I don't fall off. That's one thing he can't help me do is get back on him. There we go. Okay, so that was good. He had to stand and be quiet while I reached over and moved an object. So that wasn't planned, but hey, this is live. So let's do it again. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna move him over. I'm just gonna do it, and so I don't give him the chance to screw up. Okay, I'm gonna move him over. Good boy, Juju. I'm thinking now I gotta turn him. Okay, I gotta side pass him. There we go. Good boy, Juju. Straighten that hip out, very good. Back up, back up, back up. And thank you for watching. Again, I hope this is a little helpful tricks and tips that have been useful for me. And if you have an assistant trainer like the cat, it just adds to the craziness.